Before we get started with the video today, guys, I want to let you viewers out there know that only a small fraction of you guys currently watching are actually subscribed to my channel, so make sure to smash that subscribe button for instant updates about videos that I release and other announcements, and also smash that like button to help my channel out. Enjoy the video. Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool here back with another Epic 7 video for you guys today, and as you can guys see with the new patch, the lobby has changed because it is the holiday season. There's going to be a lot of nice rewards coming out with side stories. There's going to be a lot of events going on, a lot of limited banners, and as you can see in the shop here, there's going to be some packs, and I'm not going to get into it too specifically, but a lot of these newer packs are actually going to be not worth it and kind of a scam, so be careful in how you spend your money if you guys do decide to spend it. But this video is mostly going to be focused on if you guys should be pulling for the two banners that are going to be starting off the holiday season. So the first one we have Fairytale Tenebria with her special artifact, and the next one we have Ray with his artifact, Doctor's Bag. Now Fairytale Tenebria is limited, so she comes out every year, only once, about this time every year actually, around Christmas time, and Ray comes out every few months for his banner. It's not a limited unit, so he'll rotate eventually. So starting off, let's start with Fairytale Tenebria. So this unit, pretty crazy unit for PvP. She used to be super OP, now she's still OP, but not as broken as before. So her S3 is an AoE attack. Usually she wants to go first. She'll strip only one buff, and then make everyone unbuffable, and inflict redirected provoke. Now redirected provoke is really annoying, because when a provoked enemy attacks, actually she'll activate her S2, which does even more damage, and then inflicts more debuffs, just very annoying to deal with. And her S1 is a soulburn attack that can grant you extra turns, so you can cycle through your S3 very fast, because your S3 is only a 2-turn cooldown. So Fairytale Tenebria is mostly going to be used as a PvP opener. She can strip one buff, usually going to be immunity buff, and then she lands her S3, and then if all the conditions are met and she can strip everyone and land her S3 on everyone, usually you just win the fight right away. So against teams that don't have a cleanser, she's a very powerful unit. She struggles against cleanse heavy teams though. She gets countered by Maid Chloe, anything that can cleanse. Essentially her S3, because she really needs to rely on her S3 to land. She's also not that great versus Fallen Cecilia, because the way it works in arena defense is that the barrier will get stripped before the immunity, so you can't actually strip the immunity buff off that is being run on immunity set. So yeah, kind of annoying to deal with, but in RTA it is 50-50, but very strong, mostly going to be used in RTA. There's going to be some situations where if you pick her in RTA, it is a must ban or you just instantly win, so very annoying unit in that sense. I actually did not pull for her last year because I was not playing the game at the time. I took a break, and it was my most regretted banner that I didn't pull for, because she was so strong during that time, and even now she's pretty strong. Now for PvE, she doesn't have that much usage, so should you guys pull her, I think she's worth pulling for because she's very strong in PvP, very good opener. You're mostly going to use her in bruiser teams, honestly, or control teams. In cleave teams, there are better options, but I guess she can be used, but she doesn't have a CR pushback, guys, so she's not that great. But for PvE, not that much usage, so if you're a mid-game, early-game player, you technically can skip this, but the banner that she's being run alongside, Ray, is not really that great. I think Fairytale Tenebria is the better of the two, and she's limited, so if you guys can pull for her, go pull for her if you can, because very strong PvP unit, you guys won't regret pulling her. She's also very waifu and very fun to use. Now talking about her artifact real quick, Fairytale for Nightmare. This artifact's not that great in my opinion. The thing is, it only works when it's not your turn, right? So it's going to be counterattacks or dual attacks. I guess it can be okay on certain units. The only time I ever see this actually is I don't even know. I think it might be what's it called? Champion Zerato uses this sometimes. I see him on it. But there's not really many uses because mages have really good artifacts already, right? So for mage artifacts, you have obviously Tagahel's Book, very OP. You have just a lot of options that you can choose from. So yeah, this artifact, if you pull for it, nice, you got it, but I wouldn't really even buy it. You can buy it if you want from the powder shop for 240 powder, because it is limited in case it gets buffed, but in its current state, it's not really anything to get worried about if you don't get it. So that's pretty much it for Fairytale Tenebria and her artifact. Fairytale Tenebria, I really recommend pulling. I didn't pull for her last year, and I regretted it for an entire year. I'm not even kidding. I was pretty mad that I didn't pull for her because she's very annoying to deal with. And even though she's not as strong anymore in PvP, she's still very strong. So it's definitely worth pulling, especially because the next banner alongside her is Ray. So Ray is pretty skippable, just to be honest, because he is a cleanser. His primary job is to cleanse. He can cleanse openers. It's funny because he kind of counters Fairytale Tenebria if you make him fast enough. The thing is, his base speed is pretty low, so it's hard to speed tune him. You're going to have to sacrifice a lot of bulk and effect resist to make him fast enough to go before your entire team and cleanse. But if you do get it to go off, he actually can just fully counter any CC openers such as Fairytale Tenebria. But mostly he's just going to be used as like a healer. His heals are okay, but it's mostly going to be the cleansing. The only problem is his S3 cooldown is pretty long. It's 4 turns for, you know, having his S1 and S2 being not as strong of a skill. So he is kind of weird to use because on the turns he doesn't have his S3 available, he kind of just sits there. He's mostly going to be used for his S3 at the start of the battle, and you're going to use it to counter PvP openers such as Fairytale Tenebria, Cerise, and other options. The only problem is that they're already really good cleansers now. You can use like Maid Chloe, Emilia, Meteor Cowrick got buffed, right? Even Kitty Clarissa is a 4-star that you can use that's very, very good. Maybe even better than Ray in some situations. There's just so many good choices for cleansing that it's really hard to justify pulling for Ray and even building him. He does have his uses, don't get me wrong. He does have his own niche because his cleansing is one of the best cleansing in the game, just raw, like numbers wise. But it's really hard to build him, and the situations you can use him in compared to the other cleansers is not as frequent. So should you pull for him? In PvE, he's very good in Banshee normal, but I wouldn't really pull on banners for Banshee normal clear. You kind of want to pull on for Banshee one-shot because you're only going to clear Banshee like normally without one-shotting for a very small period of time because it is not efficient and one-shotting is better anyways. But if you're one of those people that really want a Banshee normal team, then Ray is a very, very good cleanser. One of the best, if not the best. And you can pair him with Angelic Montmorency and it's very strong. Outside of that, his usage in PvE is not that great because his cleansing cooldown is way too long. You can just take Angelic Montmorency and she can cleanse way more frequently. In PvP, like I said, good against just CC openers, control openers. But there's a lot of options already alongside Ray. Now for his artifact, guys. Artifact Doctor's Bag, it got buffed a while back. It's actually not that bad, but the thing is it can only activate once every 3 turns, and it's going to be, in my opinion, I wouldn't buy this actually from the Powder Knowledge Shop because it'll be 240 powder. Even if it was rotating in 180, I wouldn't really buy it because, like I said, there's so many good options for artifacts already. Like Doctor's Bag is nice, especially on certain units, but I wouldn't really waste my powder on it. If you pull for it nice, I would hold on to a copy for sure, and even maybe limit break it and potentially hold on to it for future use. But Doctor's Bag is pretty niche for Soul Weavers. You're most likely going to be using the other Soul Weaver artifacts like Celestine, Rod, Magat Rajas. There's so many options, right? Over Doctor's Bag for like 95% of units anyways. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the banners for this rotation, guys. Fairytale Tenebria, very good PvP option. Honestly, both units are pretty good PvP options, but I think Fairytale Tenebria is a lot better and is limited. And she's still very strong in the meta right now, just not as oppressive as before. Ray is okay as a cleanser against certain openers, but not that great. Good in Banshee normal, and Fairytale Tenebria has no PvE usage really. So I think Fairytale Tenebria you guys really want to pull for. Don't be like me like last year and regret it forever, because there are metas where she's very good, and honestly she's never really been bad ever since her release. Ray is an easy skip though, and both artifacts are not anything special to rave about, so don't worry about them too much. That's pretty much it for my Should You Pull Fairytale Tenebria and Ray guide. I hope this video helped you guys out, and if, as always, I'm losing, I can't speak today, and as always, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.